What is going on, everybody? How are y'all doing today? So today we're going to do a couple things. One is we're going to talk about why I'm selling one of my Gibsons. We're going to get to that in just a second. Something I had not planned on doing, to tell you the truth. But before we get to that, I also want to talk to you about this project that we've got here. It's like the cheapest guitar in the world. So let's just do a quick update on this and then maybe one other project, and then we'll get to this Gibson thing. This is the Commision GA from Ibanez, and it is a $299 guitar. And I think it's kind of fun because roasted maple neck, really cool color, right? You'll see that it's got some cheap things around it, of course, because it's a $299 guitar. But I think it's definitely worth doing something with. So we're going to make a set of pickups for it, and we are going to put new tuners on it. And I've got one other project that just came in that I wanted to give you an update about because there was a little bit of misconception in the unboxing video. This is an American Pro 2 Fender Telecaster. And, oh yeah, it's got the push knob on it, which I forgot to test while we were doing the unboxing, but we'll do that when we do the review. So a couple of people were like, well, there's too many issues with this guitar, you should return it. The fretwork was fine. It was the strings are wacky, but the fretwork was fine. I went ahead and checked it with a fret rocker. It's totally fine. The neck is great. Everything is cool. There was a problem sort of with the B string, and actually what it was just the string wasn't sitting in the slot correctly with the string tree. So we fixed that. I mean, that's all I did. And so there was really no issues with the guitar. It's just kind of one of those things where, you know, people jump to a conclusion like a guitar is going to be bad. And it doesn't usually seem to be, which is kind of interesting. Usually it's just some little thing that you just got to tweak a little bit. And this was, you know, free and easy and took 2 seconds to fix. And I don't know why I would return this guitar. So we're going to go ahead and mod it up too. Let's discuss the Gibson I'm going to sell. Okay, so if you are new to the channel, you might not know that I have 3 Gibsons. So I have this is my first one, the Gibson SG Junior with one of our Dylan Tuxtone P90s in it. I recently acquired the Gibson Slash, what is that thing called? November Burst Les Paul, which is pretty cool. I've been playing that a bunch this weekend. And then I also have the Gibson G-Hole Acoustic. Now that's the one, they call it the Generations, but I call it the G-Hole because it's got the hole in it. Walnut back and sides, and spruce top. Alright, so this is the Gibson that I am selling. In all honesty, I actually already sold it. We'll get into why in just a second. Let's talk about what it is. It is the Gibson G-Bird Acoustic from the Generation series. This is a 2022 model. I've had it a few months. Walnut back and sides, sapele neck, spruce top. Of course, it's got the G-hole right there. 24/75 scale because it's a Gibson, 12-inch radius fretboard. I believe that is a rosewood fretboard. It might be ebony, I can't remember. Cool, I love these side markers. Awesome. So, let's just get this out of the way. I love this guitar, and I play it almost every day. So you might be asking, why am I selling it? Well, because I have this problem. So the problem is I love acoustic guitars. And I have what is predominantly an electric guitar channel because I make guitar pickups for a living. So somehow along the way, I've accumulated 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 4, and then one more in the closet that I haven't showed you. It's like an old family heirloom thing. Maybe we'll do a video about it. Let me know if you want to see a video on my first guitars from when I was a kid, because they're both in the closet. If you want to see that video, get in the comments and let me know. But it's one of those deals where something kind of has to go at some point because you just accumulate so many. And as much as I really love this guitar, I really do. It's just... It's phenomenally good. The walnut back and sides, so let me just give you a little kind of insight into what makes me choose this stuff. It's non-conventional materials for most acoustic guitars. So, quickly, decision-making paradigm for what guitars I'm actually going to keep. Starting with the least likely, this thing is the Close Travel acoustic guitar. Now, we do have an affiliate link for these. They are in the description. I'll put it in the description. This is its own animal. Regular scale length, but it's a guitar that I love to have. Bring it in the van with me when we travel. It's a completely different animal. You can't really compare it to anything. No, it doesn't sound like a big guitar. It doesn't sound like a big carbon fiber guitar. It sounds like a small carbon fiber guitar because that's what it is, but it's fantastic. And I absolutely love it. So I'm not going to sell this or get rid of it in any way because I absolutely love it. And I think they kind of own it. Like if they send me a new one, I might send this one back. So I guess I can't really get rid of it. But either way, this one lives in the living room between the chair and the couch, and this is the one that all the friends grab to play when they come over, and I play it when I'm watching TV and stuff like that. This guitar is fantastic. You gotta have one of these around. They're super cool. Don't expect it to sound like a Martin. Don't expect it to sound like the next guitar I'm about to show you. But, you know, it's really, really fun, and I really, really like having it. If you follow the channel for any amount of time, you know that I am a Formula One freak. I'm a bicyclist, so alternative materials, modern materials are really, 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 really my thing. Carbon fiber guitars are absolutely cool. And this is to me, a real carbon fiber guitar. This is not a gimmicky one. It's made by McPherson. Their wooden guitars are, 12 grand or something. This is I bought this with my own money. They did not give it to me. This is something that I've always dreamed to own, and I love, love, love this instrument, and I will not get rid of it because, to me, it's the reference for the progress that is going to happen when it comes to alternative materials and acoustic instruments, and I really, really love it. Matthew McPherson is an absolute genius when it comes to engineering this stuff, and I think it sounds great. Now, there's going to be a lot of people that get in the comments and say, it sounds tinny, it sounds like plastic, but that's your eyes talking. No matter how traditional a acoustic guitar player is, when I give this to them and put it in their hands and they actually play it for themselves, they always walk away impressed with being surprised that it doesn't sound like it looks, if that makes sense. And this is one of those instruments that I think is just the myth buster of all myth busters, and I just really love this thing. So this will stay because of the engineering feat that it is. Now, if we go the opposite extreme, the guitar that I have in the closet that I'll show you at some point in a video, I've had for many, many years, since I was very young. I want to say I was probably 16 when I got that guitar. It was a gift from my grandfather. It got to a point where I didn't feel right gigging it anymore, and I wanted to replace it with my next kind of 30-year really good guitar. I looked at D18s, I looked at D28s. I knew that the traditional materials that an acoustic guitar is made out of were kind of on the decline, and newer things like the G-hole were coming along. And I wanted one more very traditionally made instrument out of traditional materials. I wanted a rosewood back and sides. I wanted a spruce top. I wanted an ebony fretboard, but it's a striped ebony fretboard. It's got a sapele neck or mahogany. I can't remember which. It's kind of the same thing. an ebony cap, pearl. It's like, bound, double bound. This is like the traditional classic acoustic guitar, but still kind of me, not all the way traditional, just a little off from traditional, which is what I wanted. But I wanted traditional materials. This is my 30-year acoustic guitar. I, in fact, sold this guitar one time, and it took me about 1.5 years, and I got it back from the person that I sold it from, and it will never go anywhere again. This is my traditional acoustic guitar representation in the collection. So that only leaves one. I bought this guitar pretty much as an impulse buy when we did the gear news, and I saw these guitars were coming out. I was like, immediately, click, buy, order, I gotta have it. Because, again, this for me is if you know me at all from this channel or otherwise, I'm not a why guy, I'm a why not guy. And so trying to kind of explore these different materials, and I think they're super cool. And because I wanted to try a Gibson acoustic guitar. I've never had one before. Was it gonna disappoint me? Was it gonna be what the internet says about guitar quality? No. It's been phenomenally good. But because I'm an electric channel, and I just have no choice but to keep those other guitars. I have to keep them for various reasons. I buy this stuff. Nobody gives it to me for free. So let's go ahead and sell one, free up some capital for other projects like you saw at the beginning of this video, and explore and try more new things. Oh man, it's fun though. There's 2 reasons I have guitars. One is because they're kind of for the channel, and we talk about them, and we talk about pickups, and we talk about all kinds of other things. Well, this is more an electric guitar channel, so if I tie up a bunch of resources, this was $1,800, if I tie up a bunch of resources in acoustic content, it doesn't really serve the channel very well. That's one stack of guitars, if you will. And the other stack of guitars are the ones that I personally want to own for myself, because they're things that I've just always wanted to have, like since I was a kid, like the Lamborghini Countach poster. So that's why we have the Les Paul and the PRS and the SG and these guitars here, because they're kind of bucket list guitars for me that I've always wanted to have. This was more bought on the project channel side, so that's why it's got to go. I told you I was going to be doing some different stuff and sharing a little bit different. Nothing negative about this guitar. I definitely encourage you to buy one if you're into this kind of stuff the way I am, with wanting to understand the new stuff. Get this guitar. It's really good. Quality is really good. The first one they sent me was broken. I think freight. It got broken in freight, and they sent me a new one. I got this one from Sweetwater. I'll leave a link to everything that I can give you links for in the description, so that you can go try the stuff out yourself. McPherson I might not have a link for that, but I'll share their website in the link below so you can check it out as well, because I don't think I have any affiliate links for McPherson, but you can check them out anyway. And yeah, there you go. That is why I'm selling one of my Gibsons, which hopefully isn't for the reason you thought it might be. Thanks for hanging out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and the like button if you like guitar stuff. Make sure you do all that stuff. Share the video. Let me know what you think. Which one of these would you keep, and which one of them would you sell? And let me know if you want to see that other content about the guitars that I had when I was a kid. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you in the next video. Oh, all this stuff is ad-free on a level over on Patreon too, if you don't like ads, just FYI.